Hold it, Harry. Okay, we're ready. We're re-entering regular session. We have four land acquisition things to be presented by Tony Wheatley. Tony, are you with us? Tony?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to forego the presentation and vote.
Okay.
So I move we acquire land parcels A and B.
Okay. Do I hear a second to that motion, the acquisition of land A and B? We have a motion from Dr. Carlos and seconded by Mr. Bond. All in favor signify by raising your hand. We have a majority. So the motion passes for land acquisition A and B.
Mr. Chairman.
C and D. Go ahead, Dr. Carlos.
I'd like to move that we acquire parcels C and D.
Dr. Carlos made a motion that we acquire property C and D. Is there a second to that? Dr. Bond. Dr. Bond, you just got promoted to doctor. Kevin Bond seconds that motion. All in favor signify by hand raised. Again, the majority carries. That also passes. The next item of business is that we have to break a three-way tie for an elk tag. I want to go over this one more time. We have three elk applicants who have tied for two available tags. So two of these three are going to get them. I'm going to go back through or ask Brian Clark to go over this again and help me count. And I've got Colonel Gibson will help me count hands here on these. Gentlemen, let me remind you, you can vote for two of the three that we're going to go through the list. And I don't know if you want to do it alphabetically.
Since I read them alphabetically the last time, I'll do it in inverted order this time, just in fairness.
And I also want to make sure on the public record, if they're wondering about votes, unfortunately, Brian Fisher had to leave and is not here to help in this voting segment to break these ties. So let the record show that Brian Fisher was not physically present for this drawing.
All right, so the organizations who tied for the final elk permit, or final two elk permits, excuse me, were Wildlife Women, the Nature Conservancy, and Northern Kentucky Fly Fishers.
Wait. Well, excuse me.
Okay, go ahead, Doug. You had a question.
Well, I couldn't hear what he said. Would you please start over, Stephen?
Sure. So the three organizations that had tied for the final two elk permits, Special Commission elk permits, were Wildlife Women, the Nature Conservancy, and Northern Kentucky Fly Fishers. And so you'll each be able to vote for two of those to break the tie.
Okay, may I just begin with one of those three?
Sure. Why don't we do, since we did that one inverted order, if we could do alphabetical order.
Okay, then hold that up again.
That would be.
Guys, Kenny's not there.
Where is Kenny?
I have no idea.
Where is Kenny? He just left us. Stand by. We've got to find Kenny.
His camera's turned off.
Somebody call him and tell him his camera's turned off.
He can.
He can hear it, but can't see it.
We can hear Kenny, we just can't see him.
We've got to have him here for this tiebreaker. Because now you're down to an even number, and I need.
Oh, man. He just went away.
Well, I still have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have a quorum of votes, but it's. Are we going to try to find him here before we do this?
Yes, sir. I got a text. Looks like he might be writing back.
Might be running back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Writing back to a text. I've texted him, let him know he's not on the call or we don't see it.
For the general public who is waiting for this is part of this Zoom problem, and that's why this meeting is now at 3:30 and we're not quite done yet. That's why I will go ahead and announce that I plan to have an August 7th with the commission's okay. I mean, with the commission's approval and with the department's okay. We plan to have another Zoom meeting on August the 7th. There's so many issues we have to resolve that we're not able to resolve them like we can in a regular regular meeting. So we're having to double up on a few of these because of the COVID virus, and this is the only way to do these. We're trying to contact one member who is not on the screen, and we have to be able to see him to conduct this tie-breaking vote. So bear with us just for a minute.
He said his
Yeah.
computer died and he's trying to get it to power back up. Let's see. Under-
Ma'am. I'm still on this call. Can you give me 5 minutes? I can get up.
At the conclusion of which two that win this tiebreaker, then we will revert back to picking what area the people who get the elk tag will be going to. We'll do that, and we will also announce the names of all the other tag recipients. Some of those will be quick, like waterfowl, everybody.
You might have to use his phone. If he has
I suggested that, I don't know. He hasn't replied back to
his computer going.
Can he do face? Can he look at us on face?
If he has Zoom on his phone, you can talk. If he has an app.
I'm looking for the link.
Stand by. We had a computer. Are all you guys' computers plugged in so they're on charge, or are they on battery power?
Mr. Chairman, are we going to receive a list of the winners of the pick today?
I would say it will be Monday. It might be even posted Monday, but I would say we're not going to get it tonight.
Well, is it going to be possible you'll have to read them, right?
We may not even vote tonight.
We're going to read them. We're going to read them here in a few minutes. Of course, now some of these, as you've already pointed out, Doug, are going to automatically get a tag. So
Exactly.
those people will know because we didn't have enough applicants to fill all 10 slots. So,
That's good. Just read them slow for Dr. Bond, okay?
well, everybody have a pencil at hand if you want to write all these down. Dr. Bond has a photographic memory, maybe. I don't know.
We can start reading those others. He doesn't have to be present for the winners of the other three. If you want to
Okay,
start them.
The Colonel just made a good suggestion. We can start reading some of these names of people who have received, and we'll break this tie when we get the other commissioner back. So you get where you can read. Yeah, I'm going to have you read them, or the commissioner can read them, either one.
Go ahead.
We'll let the Colonel read them. He helped us in the security of making sure these were all processed legally and fairly. So you want to start out with, I guess, with waterfowl. Everybody got that, didn't it? Or were there less than 10 or whatever?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'm gonna turn it over to the Colonel and he's gonna read these. So he'll read those slowly for you, Mr. Morgan. And those of you in the public, listen up, because he's getting ready to read names of tag recipients.
Brian, my own Zoom. I can't.
There's
see it.
Kenny.
I'm gonna start to plug this, you know. Are you back, Kenny?
Oh, fantastic.
Are you
I'm
on
back.
battery powered? You plug it in?
Well, it was plugged in the whole time, but it went dead anyway.
Okay, so go ahead and read the names. We're gonna come back to, well, do you want to do that now? Which one? We're in Lindbergh.
Since he's primed, why don't we go ahead and read the other ones, then we can do this.
Okay, to let you know, Commissioner Knott, they're gonna go, the Colonel's gonna go ahead and read the recipients of people who got tags.
Okay.
All right. For the 2020 waterfowl permit, Appalachian Outdoors Association, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Foundation, Kentucky Grouse Hunters Association, Kentucky Hunters for the Hungry, Kentucky Trap Shooters League, League of Kentucky Sportsmen, Northern Kentucky Fly Fishers, the Nature Conservancy, Wildlife Women. All applicants were selected. Move on.
Oh, yeah, move right on.
2020 deer, Appalachian Outdoors Association, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Foundation, Kentucky Grouse Hunters Association, Kentucky Houndsman Association Foundation for Sportsmen's Rights, Kentucky Hunters for the Hungry, Kentucky Trap Shooters League, League of Kentucky Sportsmen, Quality Deer Management Association, the Nature Conservancy. Then we move to 2021. 2021 deer. Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Foundation, Kentucky Grouse Hunters Association, Kentucky Houndsman Association Foundation for Sportsmen's Rights, Kentucky Hunters for the Hungry, Kentucky Trap Shooters League, League of Kentucky Sportsmen, Northern Kentucky Fly Fishers, Quality Deer Management Association, the Nature Conservancy. 2021 turkey. Appalachian Outdoors Association, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Foundation, Kentucky Grouse Hunters Association, Kentucky Hunters for the Hungry, Kentucky Trap Shooters League, League of Kentucky Sportsmen, Northern Kentucky Fly Fishers, Quality Deer Management Association, the Nature Conservancy, Wildlife Women. 2021 waterfowl. Appalachian Outdoors Association, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Foundation, Kentucky Grouse Hunters Association, Kentucky Hunters for the Hungry, Kentucky Trap Shooters League, League of Kentucky Sportsmen, Northern Kentucky Fly Fishers, the Nature Conservancy, Wildlife Women. The only remaining draw to be determined, 2021 elk. And we have 2 remaining vacancies awaiting your vote for those final selections.
Okay, here we go again.
All right, so
Are you, everybody on now? Remember, you can vote for 2 of these. We're gonna have a show of hands, so you can raise your hand 2 times, not 3, 2 times.
you
And we're-
gentlemen would confirm the votes and I'll write them down. if that'd be
Yes,
okay.
and we've got 2 of us counting here. So you have those 3. Do you know which 3, Kenny? Do you need for us to repeat those because you were out of the room?
No, I'm good. I got
You-
that part.
You know which 3?
Yeah.
So the first one,
Northern Kentucky Fly Fishers,
Northern Kentucky Fly Fishers. Please hold your hand up if you're voting. If you're not voting, get your hand out of my way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We count 7. Both of us count 7 on that. The second is
the Nature Conservancy.
Nature Conservancy. The Nature Conservancy.
Count 1, 2.
I count 2 there. Okay. And the third is
Wildlife Women.
Wildlife Women is the third.
I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I count.
We
5.
count 5 there. So it appears that Wildlife Women got a tag and also
Northern Kentucky.
Northern Kentucky Fly Fishing. So now we're going to combine those 2 in with the other 8 that we have drawn and
Northern
randomly
Kentucky Fly
pull
Fishers
the first
and
one out.
Wildlife Women.
We will then match an area by randomly pulling out an area for that. So we've still got one more thing to do here before we can dismiss. So are you going to need help?
I need to read the 10 recipients.
Okay, I'm sorry. We've got to go over the 10 recipients, those 2 that we just had and the others. Thank you, Frank.
So I'll read the first 10 recipients, and then we will have a draw, a double blind draw. So we prepared the numbers of the elk zones, 2 through 7, for the 6 zones that are open for hunting this year. We'll have all 10 names in a separate box, and we'll draw a zone, and then we'll match it to an organization. And then we'll do that till every organization is assigned, and we won't exceed more than 2 in any elk hunting unit. So our recipients this year were Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Foundation, Kentucky Grouse Hunters Association, Kentucky Houndsman Association Foundation for Sportsmen's Rights, Kentucky Hunters for the Hungry, Kentucky Trap Shooters League, League of Kentucky Sportsmen, Northern Kentucky Fly Fishers, Quality Deer Management Association, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, Wildlife Women are the 10 recipients.
Okay, has everybody got those that wanted to know them? Mr. Morgan, were you able to hear that all right? Okay, Mr. Morgan got what he needed to know. Now, the next step is going to be, as we've already said, we're going to take all 10 of those names, put them in one box, draw them out blindly, and then match a blind draw of the area and put those 2 together. We will do that kind of 1.5 times because we're going to do 6 zones, and then we're going to go back, put those 6 zones back in, and the remaining 4 pick from one of those 6 zones. So right now, we're trying to get the papers all folded so they look exactly the same, and we'll pull them out of the box.
So there should be 10.
Okay, mix them up real good in there, and we've got the colonel here making sure this is all done
7, 8.
transparently and honestly. Okay, so you're gonna throw those in the box,
Can be seen, there's 10,
Okay, good.
10 names, so 10, 8,
Full of box up there.
and an empty box.
Okay,
Empty box.
put them in there, we're gonna shake them there. That's right, shake them up real good.
Right.
And now 6 zones go in the other box.
Numbers 1 through 6.
Okay.
Folded where they're invisible to the eye.
Excuse me, was that numbers 1 through 6 or 2 through 7?
2 through 7.
2 through 7.
Thank you for
It's
the
6
correction.
numbers. It's number 2 through 7, but it is six different zones. Congratulations to all those who are out there celebrating right now. And now we'll hopefully pick a zone that you'll be happy with too. So we've got 2. Can the camera see that? Is the camera seeing that box?
Yes, they can.
Mix them up real good and then
All right, so you want me to get a,
just pull one out of one and one out of the other. We're gonna match those up. Somebody needs to write these down, I guess.
Yep. Have them on camera, but we'll go ahead and run them down too.
so the first recipient, Kentucky Houndsman,
Kentucky Houndsman will go to zone. Kentucky Houndsman's tag goes to zone 5. Zone 5. Let me have those, and I'm gonna hold them up here until this goes again. So we don't need this again. Houndsman go to 5. That goes back in. That's right. No. You're doing good. You're doing good. Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation goes to zone 3. Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation goes to zone 3. Let me have the 3. We'll put this over here and this right here. There's the 3. It's exciting. Need a little drum roll here.
I'm glad to be a part of it.
Quality Deer Management Association, that's the national office, it says, goes to zone 2. Zone 2, Quality Deer Management Association, national office. Hold that back up as exactly as it was. Wildlife Women go to zone 6. Wildlife Women go to zone 6. Thank you, sir.
You got me right there.
Yes, sir. Hopefully the video works too.
Yeah, the video, we got it, right?
Kentucky Hunters for the Hungry. Kentucky Hunters for the Hungry go to zone 7. Congratulations, Hunters for the Hungry, going to zone 7. Okay? I hope every one of these groups gets these priceless tags are worth out of them for their use for good conservation efforts. Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Foundation go to zone 4. Kentucky Wildlife Foundation, Fish and Wildlife Foundation go to zone 4. Okay, thank you, sir. How many have we got? Is that
Should have,
that should be, you don't have any more, you got 4 left.
That's 6
Okay.
units.
I have 4.
Okay, give me that box. Throw these back in, shake them up real good. Shake them up real good. There you go. Okay, here we go with the last 4. You're doing good, Colonel. League of Kentucky Sportsmen go to zone. Stand by. It's like we're on shooting range, stand by. Zone 6. League of Kentucky Sportsmen, congratulations, you have zone 6, gentlemen. League. Guess we need these anymore now. Okay. And the next one out of the box is the Kentucky Trap Shooters. They go to Zone 2. Zone 2 for Kentucky Trap Shooters. Congratulations, Trap Shooters. We have 2 more to go by my count. Is that right, Commissioner? 2, 4, 6. Yes, sir. Kentucky Grouse Hunters Association goes to Zone. Kentucky Grouse Hunters go to Zone 7. 7, Area 7. Thank you, sir. Finally, last but not least, the Northern Kentucky Fly Fishermen, or Fly Fishers Incorporated, go to Zone 4. Zone 4, Northern Kentucky Fly Fishing. That should conclude the elk drawing and the zones to which they will be hunting. And I congratulate all those winners and wish them well in receiving good money for their tags or however they wound up generating income.
Did everybody that applied get something?
I would say it's about impossible for them not to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
With-
We're not sure. We didn't look for that. I'm not sure.
I would say, Dr. Carlos, it's back to your mathematics. I'd say it's almost mathematically impossible for them not to have gotten something now.
Some didn't apply for all.
Yeah, some didn't. That's right, though.
Yeah,
That is right.
I'm not asking if they applied. I'm asking if everybody got something.
Yes.
That may be a little time
Yeah.
determination.
AWC only applied for an elk and they didn't.
What
Okay.
zone did the?
One applied for an elk only and they did not.
I say we give them a deer and, or duck tag.
Who?
We
They
had
didn't apply for
one of
that.
those tags, we had the waterfowl tag, we only had 9 people apply.
Well, they didn't ask for it.
I don't care if they asked for it or not. I say we give them one so that everybody gets something.
I want to verify these results that I'm telling that, because let's make sure others that I see that. I looked for names that were scratched out and then I tried to find them somewhere. The Fly Fishers got something I know because they got an elk. This got this one and this one.
Okay.
So they got one. No one stuff there and there. So
Stephen, give a tag. If they have to
Outdoor-
apply.
My only worry is this is set precedent.
Did not get anything.
Is Stephen on there? Oh, well, I
Nature
see Stephen.
Conservancy
Stephen, that
got
light,
something else.
I can't see your face. You got the light somewhere, I guess, behind you. Do you
Probably
know
there
about
isn't.
legalities, or you or Mrs. Cronin, do you know the legalities of giving a tag to someone who hasn't applied for that tag? Is there going to be any problem with that for other groups who may say, well,
This is a novel question that I don't have in my head. I'll have to look at it. But I'll need a few minutes to review the reg to see what the implications would be.
As
Well,
far
how
as I,
about this? I'll
everyone
just,
that-
so that we don't have to wait for the review for regs, I'll make a motion that anybody who didn't get a tag be offered whatever tags are still available. So that everybody can get something.
I'll second that.
I believe everyone got something if you look at the names, look at the chart.
I don't know, I didn't keep
we
count.
had one, Paul, we know that applied only for elk.
Appalachia, AWC did not apply for any of the others that I saw, unless I missed it, that's why I asked. Mr. Clark.
Yeah, they only applied for elk and,
You had 2 groups only apply for elk.
What zone did the trap shooters get?
2,
There's a motion and a second on the floor. I call for a question.
Okay, let's check legality here, if we
They
can.
make it, the motion says if it's legal.
The motion said if it was legal.
and Doug
If it
said,
is legal,
Okay, all in favor of awarding any leftover tags to someone who did not get one, signify by raising your hand. I knew Harry's was going right up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 is it? 6.
Six.
So I got 6 because now I've got one person missing. So I have six yeses. So motion carries. If that's legally possible, then so be it. That's the way it's going to happen.
Harry, I stand corrected. There was one that applied for an elk only, did not get a tag. You're correct.
We, if they want one that way, nobody will feel slighted.
If
think
I'm
that way.
object, if somebody is awarded a tag, it does create obligations on their part, and if they didn't request a tag, would it be possible to consider amending that vote to include with their acceptance of the award at the very
That-
least?
With the-
Staff can work that out later. Let's move on.
Is that okay with you, Stephen?
I'm sorry?
Is that fine with you that this vote goes through as long as it's legally possible?
My
We don't
initial,
want to set a precedence of giving a tag when it's not legally possible. Because
correct, I understand
Hear
that.
from them. I
However,
don't blame
it may be legally possible, and if they didn't request that tag, they would be obligated to perform certain activities, such as the reporting and so forth, that they might not want to do. So I
I
would,
think it's a great gesture on Dr. Carlos's part. I think that's a great gesture. My only problem is I don't want to set a precedence for others feeling left out if they don't get a tag in the future. And I don't want to set it.
There was a motion on the floor. The commission voted on it. It passed.
Yes,
Wait, if it's legal, they get a tag if they
Right.
want it.
I
Let's move
understand.
on.
I understand. Okay, any other business before the commission? Anything else? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Dr. Carlos, would you like to make that motion?
I certainly would.
Dr. Carlos, please show for the record, Dr. Carlos makes a motion that we adjourn. Now, gentlemen, before I ask for who'll do the second? Kevin Bond just did a second. But I want to remind you, when we put more things on the new business agenda, this is what happens. It's 4 o'clock before we get out of here. So you all want to pile on new business for the next little bit. We'll keep coming to 4 o'clock, and I'm at your disposal. I'm here for you all. So I have a second show of hands. Let me see a show of hands in the affirmative for those who want to adjourn. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you all.
Thank you, legal staff, for being here. Thank you, Ms. Cronin, for being here.